Hey my thrifty friends, it's Tabs here from the Urban Goddess shop. Welcome back to my channel. How are you? How's your week been? I feel like I haven't done a what's sold in a little bit. I have 25 sales over $25 in the last week and a half, which is pretty good. Sales are definitely probably like 60 to 70% typically what I have been seeing. And they're not quite back, but they're not completely dead. Truthfully, a lot of these items I feel like are older inventory, things that I listed quite a while ago. I have had some things that sell really quick, which we're going to go over. I have a couple stories about items in here, but I think this is going to be fun today. I'm excited to go over all of these with you. All right, so let's just dive right into it. I have 2 eBay sales, which I am going to do at the end. So we're just going to start with the first one. The first one was an Ibex Molly merino wool jacket in purple. It was a size medium and it sold for $70. I thrifted this, I'm going to say at least 6 months ago. I thought that this would sell quicker. I had heard another reseller YouTuber, I think, talk about this brand. Granted, I think they were a seller on eBay, so this may have done better if I would have had it on eBay. I think I had it probably listed around $120. I'm going to go over how I made these sales and what my thoughts are. I also recently just saw someone post something on Instagram, and I'm going to share that with you guys as well, maybe explaining what they're doing with their testing, their A/B testing. Okay, so that's the first sale. Next sale was a pair of Lululemon Wonder Under black leggings. These were in a size 12 and they sold for $75. They were a little bit of an older style, so I was really surprised when they sold for the $75. I feel like because they were a bigger size, that's really what they had going for them. I find if you can find Lululemon in sizes 8 and up, they tend to go for a higher dollar than the sizes like 2, 4, and 6. And I think it's just because there's so much of the smaller sizes on Poshmark and eBay as it is. Next up was an LL Bean tan knit cardigan sweater. This was in a size large. I've had this one for a while, but I think it just took me forever to get it listed. Once I listed it, I think I had it for a couple weeks. This is just, I feel like it falls into that neutral tone genre or demographic of shoppers, and anytime I can find good quality neutral tone items, I'm going to grab them because they tend to sell, and I make sure that I'm using that as a keyword in the listing just to help find them. And I'm not sure like what Posh is doing with the keywords and how they're ranking them in the search. Neutral tone, I think, or just neutrals, is a very common term that people are looking for when they're shopping. All right, next. Oh, and warning, there's quite a bit of Lulu in here. It's still selling. It's kind of one of those brands that I tend to sell a lot of. Various prices. I feel like I've had to give some pretty good discounts to get some of these sales. But yeah, this next item was a pair of Lululemon black speed shorts. They were a 4-inch and in a size 4. They sold for $30. I was actually surprised on this. I don't typically grab Lululemon shorts when I'm out thrifting, more because I don't actually find them for under $20 often. So if they're only selling $30 to $35, that doesn't really leave a big profit margin. By the time you pay your taxes and stuff on it, you're making like $5, which is not worth it to me, not in the time or the volume of items that I sell. I definitely am looking at that bigger profit margin on items. I'm not even sure actually where I got those ones. I must have gotten a good deal on them because I don't normally thrift them. This next bundle, I'm going to break it down and then I'm going to tell you the story about it because this has been a whole headache. So the bundle was a 6-piece bundle. Most of them are Lululemon items. 6 items, it sold for $195, which actually breaks down the cost per an item to $32 an item. So keep that in mind when we go over the story. All right, so the first was a pair of Lululemon Wonder Under crop black leggings. These were in a size 6. Second item is a Lululemon open up tie back tee. This was in a size medium. Third item is a Lululemon black break free sports bra in a size medium. Fourth item, Lululemon purple sculpt tank top in a size medium. The fifth item was another pair of Lululemon black crop leggings, 21-inch. And the last item is an Oak and Fort gray cardigan sweater. And it was really nice sweater. This was also in a size medium. All right, so the bundle sold. She got a really good deal. I was running, I think like a 40% off deal during Easter, and I think I just honored it and gave her like a really great deal on this bundle. I was actually in Winnipeg, so Jeff shipped it out for me. The day she received it, I get this message and it says, "Hey, I just received my order today. The leggings aren't as described. First of all, one of them is not Luon, and they both have pilling and feel like they've been thrown in the dryer." I said, you would have to open a case with Poshmark. Like, I try not to engage in conversations because I feel like sometimes people are just trying to get you to like transfer the money or like do some sort of side deal. I don't engage in this stuff. If you have an issue, open up a case. We'll let Poshmark deal with it. I do a little bit of research, like further research into the items, and I said, no, those are definitely Luon. I said, I will attach the information about the materials. In the graphic, it says, Luon is thicker than Nulu. Luon will pill. Avoid high impact exercises that can cause the fabric to rub, and pill. 4-way stretch so it contours to the body. And that's like a straight graphic from the Lululemon website. So I said, unfortunately, it is prone to pilling. It is very minor on these pants, which it is because I do not sell pants that are covered in pilling. That's why I have such a high rating on my solds. Like, I don't think I have ever received a comment coming back on my Lulu leggings that they were in bad condition. And if they are, or if like I sweater shave them, there's no way there was pilling all over this. And I would fix them if they did. And she, so yeah, I just said this case would have to go to Poshmark. She said, okay, fair enough. But what about the pilling and the leggings sticking together? Have you put them in the dryer? And I'm like, duh. Okay, we've all received these questions. How many times has it been worn? Were these put in the dryer? But like, I don't know. I don't know if they were. I said these are not my size, which they aren't. I cannot determine if they were placed in the dryer, but not something people usually disclose in a listing. So anytime I'm having conversations, I try and stay very factual with it. I said, I found this on their site. The pants are actually dryer safe. So it says, for care instructions for Lululemon, cold wash, tumble dry low, close all zippers and Velcro closures. So very general, very basic. And this was actually when I searched up for Luon. Then she said, these leggings are like their old school material that pill and stick together. If I knew that this was the material, I never would have purchased them, as I have a dog that sheds like crazy and I will never be able to wear them. Okay. Again, not my responsibility to say. I stipulated the style, so anyone that's buying Lulu should know their styles and stuff that they're buying, right? I also took picture of the size dot, so I was not trying to hide or not disclose that these weren't current. So if you're a Lulu shopper, you know that those size dots should have letters and numbers, right? Like, I would never state in a listing, hey, these pair are older than 7 years. Like, I don't know, I would never disclose that. And number two, it is not my problem that you have a dog that sheds. Like, that has nothing to do. To be honest, if I had a dog that sheds, I probably just wouldn't be buying Lulu leggings anyways, because most of their leggings, the dog hair is going to stick to, unless you're buying those like super slippery ones. But even the Align ones we have, and I know like we have cats, and my daughter will like complain that there's cat hair stuck. Like, all my kids roll their clothes before they leave the house. Anyways, whatever. Okay, we're gonna keep going on. I said both are older styles and have older style dots. This is not a reason for return. I'm sorry you're not happy with your purchase. Like, I'm just stating the fact. She said, yeah, I feel like it should have been specified. I'm not asking to return, but I feel like I overpaid for what I got. Girl, you paid $32 an item. $32 an item. You did not overpay. And if you feel like you're overpaying, perhaps you should go thrifting and put in the time and thrift your clothes. Like, that's where I stand on this. I think people that shop on Poshmark and are getting secondhand clothing, you are going to pay a premium because you did not have to go to the thrift store and go through the 1,000 items, 5 times a week to find the specific item that you wanted. Do you know what I'm saying? You are paying for me to go source for you, right? And to make sure the item is quality and in good condition and things like that. Like, that is my 2 cents on that. And so I actually called Posh into the conversation, and maybe I shouldn't have. Like, maybe I should have just left the conversation and been like, I'm not engaging, because to me, it felt like she was trying to get money back. I don't know her intentions, but to me, it's like, I'm not happy. I overpaid. I want money back for these 2 items. No, you bought them. You bought them. So Posh hops in and she said, I'm not sure if I should be opening a case. I'm unhappy with the purchase of the 2 crop Lulu leggings. It wasn't specified that they were an older style or the pilling. I said I specified the style and took pictures. To my knowledge, there is no pilling, just normal wear. The material is the content the material content is as described, and the material is safe for the dryer, because she's stating that. Posh said, I'm sorry to hear about your order. After receiving this message, please submit a formal return case. Once your claim has been submitted, our team will review it. She opens up a case. But remember, she's opening up a case on 6 items. Even though she doesn't like 2, she's opening up a case on all 6. She says it wasn't specified in the ad that they were older styles or there was any pilling. She takes these pictures, and I'm telling you, they are like, the brightness is cranked up on her screen, right? Like she's trying to like get every nano thing on the material. Posh says they're reviewing the case. We'll let you know. I say, hello, it appears that is pet hair and lint on the pants. Pants were sent in great condition with normal wear. They are the material content stated. They are dryer safe according to Lululemon. These are an older style size dot shows. I said, I also feel like these are not true tone pictures. The pants are very black as my pictures show. These look washed out, because they did. I said, also, please review the entire conversation in the photos. I want Posh to know that she's like, there's like a lot of little details. Like she's just trying to figure out a way to make this work in her favor. She said, honestly, I took them out of the bag and placed them in my laundry room. They're on the counter. I haven't even tried on. Regardless of the lint, they're still pilling. No, okay, so you are admitting that perhaps that there's lint all over them and somehow they got lint on them, which I did not send them like that because mine would be sent in good condition. And she said, here's a different angle. So she sends a picture. There's no pilling. It's normal wear. It's like that normal wear on that Luon material. I said, this is normal wear for these types of leggings. That is stated in the photo I took from Lululemon website, posted earlier. This would not be considered pilling. She says, it absolutely is pulling. And it's so funny because it autocorrects for me as well when I do that. And that was 3 days ago, and Posh hasn't even like said anything else. Posh hasn't made a decision. This is just like still left in limbo. So I have not been paid out for this $195 bundle. She has now had the bundle for 4 days in her possession, which makes me nervous, especially because these are all like higher value items. Yeah, this is like the first time where I've had a case that is taking forever. Usually Posh deals with this. And guess what? I'm a Posh 2 ambassador. Posh 2 ambassador was like priority customer service, all that stuff, right? Whatever, not happening. All right, update on day 5. Poshmark emailed me back saying that they were denying the case and they were releasing the funds. So thank goodness. I don't know why it took 5 days for them to resolve this case. Not super impressed with that time frame. And the funny thing is, I was actually in Winnipeg when this item sold, and Jeff packaged them all up and he was like, they all looked in great condition, Tab. And he would be like, those pants were not good. Like, why are you selling those? Like, he would call me out if something wasn't right. And he was like, no, he's like, they were all in great condition. I can't believe she's opening a case against you. Because he kind of like pulls them out of the bag and he like looks at them and to like see what they are. And then he like folds them up nice for me and like packages everything really nice. I've actually received love notes like left after people receive the package and they're like, everything was so nice and tidy. And it's so funny because those are always the days that Jeff does my shipping. He just puts like so much care into the shipping. All right, moving along. Next item was a pair of Harley Davidson black combat leather boots. These were in a size 7.5 and they sold for $75. This is to one of my PFFs, Rockabody Posture. Hey girl, I know you're a YouTube subscriber and you watch these videos. Thank you so much. I'm still waiting for that Instagram picture. I'm going to shout you out. Please send me a picture rocking those boots. She also left me a love note and she said, OMG, the boots are the perfect boots for riding this year. Love, 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 love them. And Def will keep my eyes on your closet for more fab finds. XO, XO. Aw, I love seeing those. I feel like love notes have kind of started to become few and far between. I get a lot of 5 stars, but I don't receive a lot of love notes anymore. So when I receive them, I'm always like, oh, it just feels nice, right? It's like, owning a store and someone leaving a positive review. You just feel good about it. All right, next item is a pair of Levi's jean shorts. They were in a size 32. That is literally the title because I actually have been shortening down my title and then doing like the full title in the description. So it kind of, the algorithm has been getting both. I feel like it's kind of working because some of these sales, actually like a good chunk of these sales, have very simple titles. Or sometimes what I'll do is I'll go like Levi's 501 jean shorts, size 32, women's light wash, and I'll like put any of those keywords or tags that I want after the very basic first couple words. Anyways, these sold for $31. I made a bunch of jean shorts myself this year. I found an IKEA bag in our basement that had probably like 10 pairs of Levi's. I think I had grabbed them at the bins maybe in fall right before winter, and I was like, I'm just gonna save these and get them ready for summer. So it was nice. I hopped on Aritzia, kind of took a look at a Goldie and Denim forum to see what was the most popular cut of jeans that they were doing. It looks like, to me, it looked like the boyfriend cut, so that's how I cut all of these and tossed them in the washer and then got them listed. All right, next item is a Free People Lila pleated tube midi dress. This was in an extra small. She did message me. I think this is the person that messaged me, and she had asked if it would fit a small or if it like would fit a little bit bigger. And I definitely grabbed it, pulled it out of the bag, stretched it. And I'm like, yeah, because the tube top was like a tube top, it had a lot of stretch. I was like, for sure, this would fit a small. And let's be real, most Free People stuff, you could be like a medium and shop in the extra small, because that's just how everything fits. Like sometimes I pick things up and I'm like, oh my gosh, this has to be like an XL, and it's like a small. I'm like, what? This is so big. They just have like really weird sizing. Anyways, she did leave me a love note and she said she was great to work with and shipped quickly. That is awesome. I definitely have been trying to work on my shipping time lately. When we are home, I'm trying to do next day shipping, which before I kind of was getting a little bit lazy in winter. And I think because it's so cold outside and I have to warm my car up to go, and I would do shipping like every 2 to 3 days. But now that the weather's nice, it's easy, I'm in and out of the house a lot more, I've just been trying to ship next day. Next item to sell was a Lululemon Cool and Collected jacket. This was in a really light green and it was in a size 12. I don't know if you guys remember, I had this in a recent thrift haul where I like watched the person try it on and then like put it back on the rack. And I went and scooped it right away. It sold for $40, and this item, I know I paid like $6 or $7 for it because it was also priced really low, where I think maybe Value Village missed it, but yeah, that was a good flip and it was pretty quick. Next item to sell was a pair of Naturalizer red leather wedge sandals. These were in a size 8.5. I have had these for over a year. I don't know what took so long for them to sell. Naturalizer tends to be a pretty good brand for me. I call it kind of like one of my bread and butters. They don't usually sell for a really high amount, but they are always selling. Like they're just a good quality shoe. People, I don't know if they sell them in the States. I know here in Canada, people just trust them as a quality brand, and they sold for $25. All right, next bundle. This went to a friend of mine. I gotta find her username. Maricel, I think that's how you say her name. You know who you are. You're in Ottawa. Thank you so much. We talk all the time. I probably say your name wrong in my head every time. Please message me on Instagram and tell me how to properly pronounce your name, because now I feel like I'm being kind of put on the spot and I feel like I can't say it correctly. And she bought 2 sweaters off of me, a wool knit fisherman sweater that was oversized and a Woolrich gray cotton knit sweater as well in an extra large. Both of these items fell into my Easter sale, so she got 40% off. The bundle sold for, let's see, $70. She received it. She left me a very kind love note. As always, I'm happy with my order. The items always look better in person. We'll definitely shop from your closet again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. And I felt so awful because I was like packing up items in a frenzy on the Sunday when we got home from Winnipeg. and I had no big enough boxes because these were two really big sweaters, and I crammed them into the smallest box, and I was like, this is so embarrassing. And especially because I know her, I was just like, this is so embarrassing. So I like wrote a note, I'm like, sorry about the box, and I like squished it all in and taped it up, and I messaged her. I was like, I'm apologizing, I'm so sorry. I did not have any other packaging. So they're coming and they're crammed, but they're coming safe. All right, next up is a pair of Merle black hiking slim fit pants. These were in a size 6 and they sold for $38. That's pretty good. I feel like I paid up for these maybe a bit more, like around $7 or $8, and my net earnings would be 26. So right on the cusp. Like, I generally want to be paid out at minimum $20. I want to make $20 an item. So once they pay me out minus my cost of goods, I want to make at minimum $20 an item. And that was part of like pushing my ASP up last year and kind of just where I wanted my business. I try and have low volume but higher ASP, and it works better for me. It does take a little bit to source, but once you have your systems in place and you know what you're looking for and what is selling, it's not that bad. And I feel like I'm not listing like a crazy nut because I don't have time to list, 100 or 150 items a week. And I feel like it also cuts down on the shipping because I'm not having to ship up so many items. Anyways, pants sold for $38. I'm happy with that. Hiking pants are definitely something I am looking for right now. Next item to sell was a vintage beige quilted equestrian coat. This was in an XL. I think it was actually reversible as well, and it sold for $42. This was the last actually quilted coat, and I was kind of on the fence if I should be grabbing more of these, but here it is. It's selling. It's selling for over $40. I think the last one I had sold for like $45 to $55. If I can pick these up for $10, then I will grab them. Now, that being said, I feel like my stores kind of raised the price on them. And a lot of times they're like 17 to 20, and it's just not guaranteed enough profit. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm hoping to get $50 and it sold for 40, that's just not a big enough profit margin for my business model. But like, everyone can run different business models. I'm not saying this is the only way or this is the best way. This is just the way that works for my life and what works for us. No hard feelings towards anyone that's running their business differently. We can all do different things and still be successful. Next up is a pair of Lululemon crop black leggings. These were in a size 8 and they sold for $45. Next up is a pair of Gymshark gray laser cut crop leggings. These were in a size small. They sold for $27. I don't think I'm going to be grabbing Gymshark anymore unless I'm paying under $5. I feel like their solds aren't looking as good, and I realized that when I went to go list it. I think when I picked it up, because I've sold these before, I was like, oh, and maybe it was the size 2. Maybe if these would have been like a medium or large, they would have sold for more money, but as a small, the solds actually weren't that great. I was kind of surprised. So I will be checking comps on the sizes that I find going forward. Next up is a Lululemon Practice Daily Black tank top. This was in a size 8. It sold for $30. I am shocked. I don't normally sell tank tops, and I feel like they don't normally sell for very much. So I was happy that this sold for that, but I have a feeling I probably paid like $12 for the top. So not that big of a profit margin again. I feel like I'm talking about this a lot, but it's kind of the trend that I was seeing over the sales in the last month. Next item that sold was a pair of a Goldie black jeans, women's size 28, and they were skinny distressed. These sold for $66. I did have them listed quite a bit higher, and I think I just sent aggressive offers because I'm trying to get sales and like move inventory and get money running through my business. So I feel like that's a pretty low sold for these jeans, definitely. Next is a Derek Alexander black leather backpack. This sold for $40. I've had this in my inventory for probably a year, and I think I paid about $6 or $8 for it. So not bad as a flip. I was hoping to get a lot more. When I brought the item home, I noticed there was some wear in a few spots, like on the zipper and stuff, that I had to disclose in the listing. And I think that definitely affected what the item could have sold for, because Derek Alexander bags and backpacks, depending on the style, they tend to hold value. All right, next is a pair of Free People Azalea black flat booties. These were in a size 6.5. I have had these forever. They were probably like one of the first items that I was like super excited that I found in the thrift store. Like, it was a pair of Free People shoes, never found it. I just remember being so excited when I found these shoes, and I have had them for 1.5 years. I have literally had these for 1.5 years. Oh my gosh, that's just crazy. And they sold for $35. So why was I so excited about these? I don't know. I think it was just the brand. Now, if I saw these shoes in a size 6.5, and I don't even remember what I paid for them, I might leave them. I don't pick up a lot of shoes that are smaller than a 7, just because I find I sit on them a lot longer. Yes, they sell. There is a market for people that have smaller feet, but I find I sit on them a lot longer. So yeah, that's my thoughts. I don't know. What do you guys think? What sizes of shoes move the most for you, and which ones do you think you get the most money for? Drop in the comments. I'm not an experienced shoe seller by any means. I don't have a lot of data to base this on. This is just probably like my own feelings about it. But yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys think. Next up is a Lululemon Army Green sports bra. This is in a size 4. It sold for $25. I don't typically grab sports bras to sell, just because they don't leave enough of a profit margin for me. If I was able to find them for like at the bins, pay $1, or, you know, even up to like $5 or $7, I think I would grab them. My store always has them listed between like probably $12 and $14, which doesn't leave a lot of room here. I think this one actually came from one of my kids, to be honest. Next is a pair of Girlfriend Jane straight leg jeans. These were in a size 28. I found these at Value Village, and I've never found this brand at Value Village. So I was pretty excited the day I found them. They were also very reasonably priced, and they sold for $93. I didn't realize the sold comps were so good for these. I think I had them listed maybe at like $110 or maybe $120 was an offer to the buyer. But yeah, I have never found these ones. This was the first time. Next is a 2-piece bundle. I did give a deal on this bundle because the romper I've had for probably 1 year, and I'm just trying to get these sales rolling. So in this bundle is a yellow floral romper in a size medium. I think it's actually like Forever 21 maybe even, and a pair of Birkenstock Gazaa black thong sandals in a 7. The bundle sold for $63, which I kind of just like threw the romper in there. I wanted to make this sale happen on the sandals, so that was pretty good. I'm happy with that. And those sandals, I think I've only had them listed for like 3 days. I just thrifted them not very long ago. And then the last sale on Poshmark was a vintage beige silk button-down blouse in a size 10, and this sold for $40. I feel like a broken record. I am always looking for silk items. I feel like nice, especially I like vintage items, and if I can get like quirky colors and things like that, or patterns, I love those. Definitely looking for them. But I feel like this, because it was a neutral, I think that's what it really had going for it. And it was just a really classic style. This would look nice, you know, kind of half tucked in with a pair of trouser pants from Aritzia. You could wear it as a dressy to work. Like, there's just so many options with this. It was just a beautiful top. I think I maybe had it listed for 2 weeks. Maybe. All right, we're going to hop over to the eBay sales. I have been cross-listing. I haven't actually been listing a bunch of new items over the last 2 weeks, just because I've only been home like 2 days in the last 2 weeks, which is really hard to get new listings up when you have such a short amount of time. I think I put up 65 new listings in the last 2 days, so that'll give me a good chunk of stuff to start cross-listing over to eBay. I also have like a bunch of stuff that I probably want to try and get listed by tomorrow, or at least put into my draft. That'll help. That'll be good. So right now my store is sitting at, I think, 103 active listings, which isn't huge, and I feel like I just have to get more listings onto there. All right, so the 2 sales that sold, first one is a pair of On Cloud Green Forest Jungle men's runners. These were in a size 10.5, and they sold for $60. That was an offer to buyer. They decided to watch the item and I just sent out an offer. Again, I'm trying to get sales happening on eBay right now so I can build up my reviews and eBay can start trusting me more. The second item was a pair of AS98 brown leather round toe slouch ankle boots and a women's size 8. A tip someone had told me, which I've heard before and I completely forgot, was to try and mimic the titles of the items that are sold. So that's kind of what I'm working on right now, and that's kind of my eBay tip to anyone new that's starting out, is when you're looking up solds, try and mimic the titles that people are using that are already selling, as long as it matches like the style and the brand and all that kind of stuff. People that sell on there all the time know how to make titles. There's nothing wrong with us getting some help from their titles. All right, that's it. 25 sales over $25 in the last week and a half. Oh, that felt good to do. What do you guys think? Is there any brands in here that you're not familiar with? Anything new that you're adding? Anything that you've been passing over in the thrift store that you're like, okay, I need to start grabbing that? Also, what's been selling for you? Tell me, come on, spill the tea. What should I be looking for? What should other people be looking for? I love how we share and we grow and we help each other, because I feel like that's what reseller community is all about. All right, now a few tidbits on how I've been making sales happen. So things I've been doing, sharing my closet throughout the day, which I'm happy I've still been doing, because at that fireside chat, that was something that they mentioned. I've also started to shorten the actual title, or like not shorten necessarily, but sometimes just a rearranging, like putting very searchable words in the beginning and then putting all my descriptive keywords after. I've also been sharing other people's items. I've also been sharing, like if it's a jeans party, I'll go to the jeans category and like share people's items into the party. I've been trying to play around and make sure that I'm doing probably up to 300 community shares a day. Part of it is I'm trying to hit that Poshmark too. Don't ask me why. I feel like I'm not seeing very many benefits from it, but I'm a do-gooder, overachiever, and you know I'm gonna try and get it. Now, I'm just gonna open this blind. I feel like it's getting dark in here. I feel like I need to say this. I don't dislike Posh. I still love Posh. I will always love Posh. I'm just frustrated, okay? So I need to say that, I need to throw it out there. I'm just frustrated with the app and with how they're like, the way they're running it, but I will continue to sell on there. I am looking at other platforms that are easy to sell on. I signed up for Whatnot. I did the onboarding. Their seller support is absolutely amazing. Like, I'm so excited to start selling on there. They're just, I don't know, it's a really cool app. I love the parameters of it, and it's pretty simple. Like, to me it's simple like Posh, where at the end of the day, when all your things are sold, you get paid whatever your minus your commission. They're handling the shipping. You're just going to get your shipping labels emailed to you, and you're able to print them and ship out all the items. It just, like, there's some simplicities that I really like, but yeah, I just felt like I need to address it. I still like Poshmark. I just am frustrated right now. So what else have I been doing to make sales? Aggressive offers. And like, when I mean aggressive offers, like I'll probably send out 30% offers one day, wait a couple days, and then I'll even drop it to 40%. That's how aggressive I've been. Now, I am priced on the higher side, so I do have room to do this and still meet my profit margins. I've had to do some really aggressive offers lately that I never used to have to do that. Like, I would only do 40% offers maybe once a month, or like once every couple months on a long weekend for a long weekend sale. But yeah, I don't know. I follow everyone. I like their items. I've been trying to find new or follow new Poshers. Like, I'm just trying to do things that please their algorithm. Not that I love it, because I feel like it's just a lot of work, and I'm not a huge fan of having to work so much harder on an app, but whatever. Gonna make the sales happen. And moving forward, obviously I'm in this business because I want to make money, right? So we just gotta figure it out. Okay, oh, and the one other thing I wanted to chat about, there was something I saw on Instagram, and I can't even, I can't even quote the person. I'll drop her username in here when I'm editing. She said she was doing research into like her sales, and she said I'll have like 1 day good sales, 1 day slow, 1 day good sales. And she said I think they're running their A/B testing and they're changing the search. So 1 day she'll notice that her search is set to automatic to relevance, and then the next time it'll go to just shared, and then I thought she said just in, and they're kind of alternating between to see which ones are working best. And she said the days that it's set to just shared are the days that she's making the most money. And she's like, you have to check it out. She has an Instagram story on it. She explains it. She shows like her numbers. She's actually showing you information from her Posh closet. It makes sense. Is that the be all end all? Posh hasn't confirmed it, but it looks like it's actually pretty good information. So I recommend you checking that out. If you don't follow me on Instagram, because I did share it to my stories, but if you don't, check out her username and go to her reels, and she has a reel in there. All right. I've been talking a long time. There's a lot of information in here. I hope this helps you in your reselling business. And I'm wishing you guys many sales. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
I've said it many times, I know I would change my ways, I know for sure. When all the crows decide